Hey, thanks for joining me here. I wanted to give you a quick snapshot on what it is that we're doing. This is a snapshot of our program, Red Line, Blue Line. Not knowing anything about anything, if you had to choose one of these two lines to put your money on, would you choose the red line or the blue line? The blue line, of course, right? Because it's more money. If you look closer, what you realize, too, is that it never goes down. It only goes up. Never go backwards. Gains are locked in. But, you know, the story gets better than that. In addition, that $211,000 is income tax free. The red line is the Standard & Poor's 500 index. That's the stock market, 500 of the largest stocks in America. And if you look at this 165, about 95% of mutual funds do not outperform the Standard & Poor's 500 index, meaning that most people in mutual funds, 401ks, IRAs, so on, actually had less money than the 165. But we still have to deduct fees because fees didn't come out of this. The average fee is about 3%, can be anywhere between 1.5% to as much as 5%. Many people aren't even aware that they're paying these fees because they're hidden in what looks like a phone book written by a Philadelphia lawyer called a prospectus. But when they examine that, the Los Angeles Times said the average is about 3%. And in this case, on $100,000, that would be about $3,000 a year in expenses that you have to pay, by the way, whether you make money or lose money. And if we just roughed the numbers out and said $3,000 on $100,000 over 15 years, means you'd have to subtract $45,000 out of this number. But we still have to take taxes out. And if you even looked at a 10% or 15%, 20% tax bracket, you know, very conservatively, you're about where you started 15 years earlier. Now, you put up 100% of the money, took 100% of the risk, and ended up about where you started 15 years later. I want you to think about this. The mutual fund company put up zero money, took zero risk, and they made $45,000 in the process. $17 trillion today is on the red line in qualified plans. That's 17 trillion with a T. Without anyone spending one additional dollar, don't you think that most people would prefer to be on the blue line? In addition, this comes with all sorts of other benefits. This is net of fees, charges, expenses, and it's also income tax free. So here we have a smarter, more complete alternative to 403b, 401k, IRA, mutual funds, to the stock market, where you don't have the risk. By the way, that $211,000 is guaranteed never to be less than that. It can only go up, never go down. In addition, there's other benefits that come along with it. When you look at the whole package, it's, again, a no-brainer